My name is Terry Cosby. I'm the state conservationist for USDA here in Ohio. I'd like to welcome you all here this morning for this event, and it's good to see you all. With that, I'm going to introduce the Mayor of Toledo, Mr. Michael Collins. He was sworn into office in January 2014. He served in several positions before that, and I tell you what, he's a great mayor. He's been a great partner in all of this with USDA and all the partners that are represented here. So I'd like you to welcome Mayor Collins.
Well, good morning, everyone. The first week of August may in some minds seem like it was history, but for me it was still yesterday. And I'd like to begin by saying it's what we experienced in August is realistically the canary in the coal mine. We have to do something. We can as a city, we can fix our utility plant. We can do what's necessary at Collins Park, but we can't fix Lake Erie. And it's going to take the energies and the efforts of the federal government, the Canadian government, the states of Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan in order to be able to address this. So it's my pleasure today, and I understand that Deputy Secretary Krista Harden is not here. However, we do have Senator Stabenow and Senator Brown, and they were kind enough to invite me to come to Washington and to speak, and I guess I could say this. It was somewhat unique when I spoke there because the other four speakers were also there with an agenda. The state of Iowa was represented, the state of Minnesota was represented, the state of Arkansas was represented, and the University of Arkansas was represented. And they were talking about the influence of agriculture and how, and this is indelible in my memory, that addressing the issues of agriculture should be left to the agricultural community. Because and I think I'm quoting correctly, they would control this by peer pressure. Well, I spent 28 years as a police officer, and I saw what peer pressure had to do with certain segments of our society, and it's unfortunate, but peer pressure didn't correct behavior. I'd like to introduce now Deputy Secretary for the United States Department of Agriculture, Krista Harden. Krista Harden was sworn in as the Deputy Secretary of the United States Department of Agriculture, or the USDA, on August 12, 2013, after a unanimous confirmation by the U.S. Senate, which I think is probably today rather unusual when you see the Beltway doing anything unanimously, and must have something to say about her credentials and her credibility. Together with Secretary Velasic, Deputy Secretary Harden leads the department working to strengthen the American agricultural economy and to revitalize our nation's rural communities. In her new role, Ms. Harden will build on the Secretary Velasic's leadership and support a diverse and abundant agricultural sector, expand new commodity markets, strengthen conservation of our natural resources and our nature's national resources, and promote a thriving bio-based economy. She holds in the highest priority to ensure that beginning farmers and the growing ranks of agriculture in men, women, and young people, immigrants, socially disadvantaged, and the producers of crops, including our returning veterans and retirees as an offshoot of where they were working in the past, that they will have the access to programs and the support they need in order to have a sustainable agricultural function within the United States. So it is truly my honor to speak to you in terms of her introduction. And as mayor of the city of Toledo, I see Senator Stabenow and Senator Brown here. And I understand Congressman McCafferty will be also addressing us today. So thank you, thank each of you individually, thank each of you collectively, and thanks to Senator Portman as well for the efforts that he, well, unsuccessful at least at this moment in time, but I believe the fight goes on. And I believe the challenge doesn't end just because of one legislative session. I believe this will be accomplished, and we owe it. We have an obligation. We have not been good stewards to our environment, and creating blame is not an answer. The answer is a productive thought to the future as to how we can ensure the integrity of our environment, and we can protect 20% of the freshwater supply on this planet. Because that is a critical component. It's not whose fault it is. It is our responsibility to step away from blame and create regulatory issues which will address this issue and look for compliance and do it in such a fashion that the injuries of our natural resource are minimized and the ability to have a successful agricultural product and component in industry are maximized. So thank you very much for this opportunity.